Alright, now before everyone loses their bloody mind, let's just first look at the evidence. Once we look at the evidence and we talk about it, then you can make up your own mind. Okay, so let's jump in and let's talk about this. So the other day, I received a direct message over on Twitter with a few images stating, "Hey Valrak, Space Marine 2 seems to be coming out." So then I was like, what the hell? Space Marine 2? Is coming. So I opened the message, I checked it all, I checked the images, and there was a list of games, and one of the games on there was Space Marine 2. So I asked the individual, what is this list? What does it actually mean? I'm actually showing you the list in the background of the video now, if you want to put your eyes on it. And this chap stated, apparently Nvidia Geforce Now cloud gaming had a leak. And these are some of the applications, some of the games that were a part of that list of leaks. Now, with further investigation on this, apparently the company that's making this is Focus Interactive. Now, luckily for me, I actually know someone at Focus Interactive, so I sent them a message with all these images asking the question saying, hey, are you guys doing Space Marine 2? And then the contact at Focus messaged me back and said, hey, I'm sorry, mate, I can't really comment. So instantly, my eyebrows nearly shot off my head. I was like, oh boy. I actually replied back with a, oh really? And one of those like, oh, like surprised faces, because I'm like, oh, is this, could this actually be happening now? Could this really be bloody happening? Anyway, the contact then did add a little bit more to it. The contact said, all I'll say is that this list really has an insane number of games and a mix of old, never released projects, potential ideas, and what could be actual future titles. But I would take anything from there with extreme precaution. I'm talking about the global list with thousands of titles, because there's a huge list out there with so many bloody titles. So there's nothing really confirmed at this point, but there's a couple of things in there that make me think this potentially could be happening. That's why I'm not like labeling this video like Space Marine 2, it's finally happening. It could go either way at this point. What I will add to this whole discussion is that if they made Space Marine 2 and they did it right, and when I say do it right, they actually maybe, you know, did a story that the fans would love. They kept to the principles of Space Marine 2. They added on to the multiplayer, all the stuff that we love from Space Marine, and they took it to Space Marine 2 and made it look more of a fancy game in this day and age with all the graphics that we had. I would think it would be the greatest selling Warhammer game. I think it would outsell Total War. That's how confident I would be. I know there's probably a bunch of Total War fans here going, how dare you, Valrak? This will never outshine Total War. But really, we have been waiting for a sequel now for Space Marine for how many bloody years? But do you know what? Ever since we finished the first one, I know a lot of people have been saying that they would love to see the story, what happened with Captain Titus, Leandros, and all that type of stuff. When we mentioned, when we talked about this on the stream last night, I actually said that I actually would like them to finish that storyline, like just leave it in Space Marine 1, and then for Space Marine 2, move on to a new chapter, do something else, a new story. My personal opinion would be Death Watch, because then you can fight a different bunch of Xenos. You can go to a planet where it's Tyranids, you can go to a planet where it's Orcs, you can go to a planet where it's Eldar, you know, Dark Eldar, anything like that. I think you'd have the variety then, and the squad that you're mixing with, you're fighting with, could be a Blood Angel, could be a Space Wolf, could be an Imperial Fist, could be an Ultramarine. You have all that variety added to the game. It's not just one set chapter. But again, that's just my personal opinion on where I would like the bloody game to go. Anyway, Chaperonios, I'm going to leave the video there. What I will say on this is, again, please don't get too hopeful. This could just turn into nothing. Could completely turn into nothing. So please don't build up all your hopes for this just to be smashed down. But in the other sense, you could say start getting hyped. But again, I'm not going to say that to people. Don't get hyped. Do not get hyped. We've been broken down so many bloody times when it comes to like Space Marine and, you know, companies potentially doing Space Marine. What I will say is that we do have a couple of 40k games on the horizon. Of course, we have Dark Tide. Apparently, that's going to see some gameplay this year, and it's going to be released next year. So I think that's our big next hope, really, when it comes to an FPS 40k game. Again, enough waffling for me. I'm going to go. I'd love to get your thoughts and feedback in the comment section about this. Tell me what you think. See you now. Have a great day, and bye-bye.